Welcome to another Wasaga Candid Frank at the Beach. Today we're at the Wasaga Society for the Arts at the Stonebridge Art Gallery in the Stonebridge Town Center. This is the opening reception for Inspired by a Lifetime, the place and home for art exhibits from aspiring senior artists from retirement homes around our community. These pieces are examples of the art therapy self-expression sessions post-pandemic during seasons 2020, 2021, 2022, and some of 2023. If interested, you can take part or volunteer in these art therapy sessions as well. More about that at the end of the video. First, let's talk with curator
I'm very,
Lisa
very fortunate
Harpel.
to be the art instructor for a number of different retirement homes, and these are all of the wonderful people that join my art therapy class every week.
And the motivation for doing this, I'll ask you what you think the motivation for the people who take part, but I'll ask you what's your motivation?
To get them to express themselves. Most of the paintings that were done for this particular show were in 2020, 21, 22, and their most recent larger paintings in 2023. So they have had the opportunity to tell stories and express themselves and learn quite a bit about painting and composition in a number of different forms like acrylics and oils. And this is the result. They've done an incredible job.
And you enjoy watching it happen.
I don't watch it. I get the opportunity to partake because usually I'm right with them and helping them learn a lot about background, middle ground, foreground, and value and composition, and pulling their memories together. A number of them do reference photos for when they've spent time with their families or traveled around the world, and they like to remember those and basically show us what that looks like in a painting.
How important is it for the Wasaga Society of the Arts to do something like this?
This is crazy important, and it's going to be, this is our first annual show. This is something that I want to make sure keeps going and can expand over and above the 8 different retirement homes that are involved.
Yeah, this is, Wasaga has or Wasaga, however we want to say it. I have a show called, I have a site called Wasaga. And the reason I do that, and this is a great example of that, is that there are a lot of people who weren't born in Wasaga Beach, who know it as Wasaga Beach, and they come here, and it doesn't matter which way you say it, you get a chance to see how people bring in, you said, those memories, those photographs.
Absolutely.
So people from outside of our town come here, and they end up, in retirement here in this community. So speak to the fact that these people are all so different, and how in some cases I heard a little bit where it's nice because they come here from another place, they don't have a lot of friends, and it's not if you're coming from a place like Toronto, it's a long trip, so they have a lot of spare time. How much does this help, and how much do you think they appreciate the opportunity?
I think everyone's looking for a cultural hub, and this can be that cultural hub. It's the beginning of something really special and unique in Wasaga Beach. So I think it's extremely important.
Well, I spent some time with some politicians, and they always talk about the importance of our seniors. And the seniors here are, like myself, we make up a large part of the community. Coming here and doing this kind of stuff, we talk about doing stuff because you enjoy doing it. The enjoyment is something that's really important. And I could tell by talking to these people here that I've had a chance to speak to on the camera and off camera, the opportunity to come to a place and learn stuff and to be a part of something is really important. I'm sure you're very proud of their feelings about being here.
Oh, I'm over the top excited, and we're even running workshops here. We do adult workshops during the day in our conference room, and we also do children and youth and teens, and it's about bringing the community together in creativity.
What we'll do is give me an idea of the schedule, and we'll make sure that the people out there know when this stuff's going on and how often and how they can get involved. And
Stonebridge Mall.
which the owner of the mall itself has been very generous to this organization and some other in this community.
Absolutely, and I can't thank them enough for creating a space that we can all express ourselves in. Generally, we're trying to run classes on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. They just weren't available yet this year just because we were pulling this particular show together and finishing off another exhibit. So now we're going to run the shows again. And the more interest we get, the more classes we can run.
One of the biggest challenges the last couple of years, and I don't mean to bring up the pandemic, but unfortunately it was an issue.
Very much.
And seniors, because they were the most, prone to having really bad issues when it came to the pandemic, were afraid to come out. But they're starting, I've spoken to a few, they're starting to come out, they're starting to look for places to go. And I guess you could recommend this place for a place to go.
Absolutely. That was actually one of the purposes of this show. I've had a number of exhibits in the retirement homes themselves, but not only did I want them to be able to have their work shown and have, the public see their work, but also get them out of the box and into a professional art gallery where they could see their works framed and from a distance and realize how incredibly talented they are.
Well, I've taken a lot of pictures. People are going to see all the paintings, and I'm very proud of being here to help expose these seniors who really, you can see that they put their hearts and their souls into what they're doing.
Well, I can't thank Steve Wallace enough and Kim. They came through for me, helping out with labels and coordinating the show with me and pulling it all together, always, at the nick of time. And I'm just so pleased with how it all looks and how it came off.
It really is a project, and I'm proud of what you have done and what the group has done and the people behind you, and also the building and having this available to people. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome. There's over 120 works of art in this exhibit, and I really hope everyone comes to see. We're open Thursdays and Saturdays, and if there's a real, need, we can open up more. But we do base everything on volunteers, and we've got a nice group of people that help out. But the more you have people available that want to get involved, the better it's going to grow.
And how do people get involved?
They just contact Wasaga Society for the Arts. Steve Wallace is the main contact, and the Stonebridge Art Gallery. Myself, I'm going to be curating the shows for the year, and we're starting to get a lot of interest, so that's really exciting.
For classes in your home or adult classes at the Stonebridge Art Gallery, contact Lisa at 705-795-3133. To volunteer or to support and get involved, contact Steve Wallace through the Facebook pages or website for the Wasaga Society for the Arts or the Stonebridge Art Gallery. Thank you, Lisa Harpel. Let's continue watching some of the pictures on the wall, on the piano, and on the table. And let's also talk to a featured artist. Our first featured artist, Pat Keating.
What gives you inspiration to do the art?
I guess Lisa getting me working and getting me feeling of art again. I know it's not very good art, but at least it's a flow of art and flow of your emotions out onto the canvas, which is nice.
How about the inspiration on specifics? For example, I've got here a lighthouse that you did. I was at this one.
Were you?
Yeah, just this.
Oh, really?
I'll
That's
show you pictures when
amazing.
we're done.
I'd love to see that, yeah.
I'll show you the pictures. I was just there. I have them on my phone. We spend a lot of time in our lives looking for ways to keep ourselves busy. And as someone who's retired like you,
Yes.
we have to figure out different ways of being busy because we don't have the responsibility of work.
Oh, that's very true.
In this change of lifetime, how important is it for you to do something like this?
It's extremely important. I can't underevaluate it at all. It's my whole life. Now, I think living alone and having not working, I had a heavy job, and I'd go crazy if I didn't have my art. I really would. I phoned up the art gallery today, the hamsters where I buy my art. Gave him a long list. I said, I'm all out of stuff. He delivers it to my house, my Bayfield house where I live. Isn't that nice? So it'll all be there when I get back and I can start painting again.
What do you like painting the most? We see a lighthouse.
I think that mostly I do landscape. Yeah.
What attracts you?
Just the feel of it, the freedom of it, the depth of it. The colors that you can use are wonderful. You don't have to use the colors you see. You can use other colors as well, blending into it, which is rather nice.
Not only that, you told me earlier that you also like the movement, like branches moving.
I love the
Which is
movement.
kind of ironic because pictures are a still frame, right? But
Yeah, but there's movement in that tree, is there not?
absolutely.
You see that? Yeah, I tried to put it in there anyway. That's
So
what I like.
there's some subtlety that's there.
Yes.
Now you do this, you derive a lot of satisfaction from it. Tell me its therapeutic value to you.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No worries. Take your time.
Well, I live alone, but I live in a community of people, but I live alone in my own place. And I have no one really to discuss things with, not even a dog anymore.
I have a few.
My dog used to discuss politics with me, which was pretty good. I'm sorry, I need a drink of water, I think.
Yeah, I guess politics is a little rough.
Well, the dog thought it was pretty interesting.
That was a joke. It went over everybody's head. What can I say? Okay, yeah, it's therapeutic.
Yes.
And how about the fact that this place is available to you and others like you?
I think it's rather a nice idea. I really do. Everybody can get out and show their stuff. People that think they can't do anything, can put it up on the wall. And by George, it doesn't look so bad.
Not so bad at all.
So I think it's a very nice thing to do.
Really appreciate you doing this, Pat.
Well, I'm very happy to do. I'm sorry about my squeaky voice.
I'm sorry that I caused your squeaky voice to go past the red line. I truly am
No.
sorry. We're with Tony Jansen right now, and Tony, thank you for doing this.
Well, you're welcome. Well, thank you for having me here.
Let's talk about motivation. What made you want to do this?
Well, I came to Bayfield House, okay, because I wanted to retire. I was living in my own house. Came to Bayfield House October the 1st, 2021. That's just over 1 year ago, okay. So what do you do when you get to a place? Sit in your room all day? Or do you do some activities? And that's what I decided to do. I joined the art club, so to speak. I've never done any painting, okay? I'm an electrical engineer. My last job was teaching Georgia College electrical engineering, okay? But I decided to join the art club to see, and they gave me a small piece of soapstone, carve something. Oh, that looks like I could carve. In an hour, hey, I carved a small thing and asked people, what do you think it is? That's a lamb sitting down. Yes.
Very good.
Okay. Now, as far as painting is concerned, I started doing these small paintings. Now, I have to tell people, the only thing I really knew to paint were walls. Give me a brush, give me a roller, give me some paint, and I'll show you what I can do. Never done anything like that. Even though I lived in Holland in my first 24 years of my age, I'm not a Rembrandt. No, I'm not. But I joined the art class and I started painting, and people said, yeah, we like that. But the big help was actually Lisa, the instructor. She told me what to do. If you look at the painting I made, well, this is one of them, okay. And there's an old Dutch windmill. I've seen plenty of those. The modern windmills you see now to make electricity with turbines, they don't look like that at all. But I've seen windmills like that in Holland, and my uncles were farmers, and they used that to grind the weeds. Okay, that's the last thing. So, but I'm only usually painted something which I knew existed. A lot of painting, I couldn't even take them here because my kids saw them and say, can we take that? Yeah, okay. So, about half a dozen. I painted like a sailboat on Georgian Bay, this type of thing, a bunch of tulips, this type of thing. I did all that, and my kids took it all. So they're not here right now, okay? But so it gave you some motivation. What you should do, though, when you have some idea to do this, don't just come one time and say, well, that's it. I know it all within an hour. No, you don't. And, when you come back a second, third time, and soon you find, yeah, I have some skills I didn't even know about. And that is the thing, Well, am 90 years of age, you know, so I don't think that I'll be a real famous artist by the time I close my eyes for good, you know, which maybe next year or 5 years or whatever, you don't
You
know.
don't look a day over 89.
Right.
You don't look a day over 89.
I'm more than a day. That's why I don't. No, 1 day of 89. How about a year and a half?
Well, tell us about you. You pretty much answered all the questions I had for you.
Okay,
But here's a question that you didn't answer. How much satisfaction do you get from it, painting, doing from what you're doing
a lot.
personally yourself?
A lot. I joined the art club, so to speak, because for me, not for somebody else. I didn't want to make a painting, hey, look what I can do. No, I did it for myself, you know. You have something, maybe you have a skill for yourself, and hey, do it for yourself, and you look at that. And the people say, hey, we like it.
And why not?
And I've only been doing like it just over 1 year, you know.
Thank you for talking to us.
Okay.
He's Tony Jansen.
For classes in your home or adult classes at the Stonebridge Art Gallery, contact Lisa at 705-795-3133. To volunteer or to support and get involved, contact Steve Wallace through the Facebook pages or website for the Wasaga Society for the Arts or the Stonebridge Art Gallery. For Wasaga, I'm Candid Frank at the beach. If you want to contact us by email me at candidfrank@hotmail.com. Watch us and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Candid Frank Stanishi 1030, or message me on Facebook at Candid Frank Stanishi for any ideas or comments you have about the program. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time.